Guys, I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You'll return to subscribe as always, guys. Welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, I'm going to talk to you about a new law that goes in effect for the state of Maryland today, and it falls along the line of juvenile reform. As of today, they're saying that a child up to the age of 10 years old or older is responsible for their actions now. So I guess they're trying to eliminate that catch and release situation out there in Maryland. So basically, these kids that are 10 years old or older will be held accountable for their actions and I guess dealt with accordingly. Here's the story.
831, Maryland Department of Juvenile Services is making changes to how it handles children who break the law. That law now goes into effect today.
Yeah, the goal is to hold young people accountable for non-violent crimes. DC News Now Jean-Marie Sisse is live this morning at the Prince George's County Courthouse. And Jean-Marie, what made them decide to make these changes?
Yeah, good morning. Well, many people notice the trend of seeing younger and younger children committing crimes, but then being let go because of their age. And that's what ultimately led to the decision of these new changes to the Department of Juvenile Services. And that all goes into effect starting today. Now, the bill was actually signed back in the spring, but again, it is starting today. And children now 10 to 12 years old can be referred to the juvenile justice system. Now, previously, juveniles younger than 13 were able to just be sent home back to their parents, and some of them were reoffenders. Now that child will be held accountable in the juvenile justice system and will qualify for a variety of services to help them avoid becoming reoffenders. Now this includes juveniles committing carjackings, animal cruelty, and even third-degree sexual assault.
That wasn't a license for us just to lock every young child up, but it was an opportunity for us to say, look, something's going on with this child. They need to be held accountable in the juvenile system, and we need to provide services to them and require them to complete those services and programs before they can come back into the community.
Now, again, the law went into effect today, and the Prince George's County State's Attorney's Office says they do have resources and services to help families that are struggling with their children to kind of get the help they need so that they don't have to enter the system. Reporting in Upper Marlboro, I'm Jean-Marie Sisse, DC News Now.
Guys, that's the news. The new law goes into effect today, so kids get in trouble, they suffer the consequences. Now, whether you believe it's a good thing or not, it's a step forward. Now, I'm going to address something real fast. Somebody asked me in the comments or in the email, they said, hey, in one of my videos, I said, sometimes it's up in the air whether parents need to be held responsible for what their kids do. And somebody said, hey, Steve, how do you feel like he could be 50-50 on that? I'm going to give you an example. If a kid is young, really young, the parents need to be, accountable. But like when kids get older, like, I guess 10 years old, I think that's a safe age range to where, hey, you're responsible for what you do because you know a little bit. You've been on the planet 10 years and being in a household where you're taught what to do and what not to do, obviously is something you missed or something you wasn't taught, because we got to be honest out here. A lot of parents ain't really parents. They just have kids, and a lot of times the kids is a convenience for monetary value or other things, and these kids are raising themselves in the street. And those type of parents are the ones that I feel as though need to be held accountable. Now, if you got kids out here that are doing something and they're just following behind other kids and stuff, this new age range thing, you know what I'm saying? It falls in the line with that. But a lot of times it depends on the background in the household these kids come from and what they're taught and what they, because a lot of times you can have a bad kid and be good people. So I think it all is on a case-by-case basis. So I just wanted to verify that. But as far as accountability, man, with what they was doing with the catch and release and all that, and I still don't even know if they're doing that. I think they just lowered the age range of somebody that can get in trouble and be held accountable, I don't even know if the catch and release is gone. But I do know this, man. It's like the accountability out here that a lot of kids, with them doing that catch release, it didn't help them. And it damn sure didn't help their development at all. It's like, at what point with a kid out there doing bad stuff, what has to happen to somebody innocent or somebody, that tries to stop them from, going to jail? At what point does it fall on the parents? You know what I'm saying? Because, we all know out here, it's hard to raise kids nowadays with the influences that's out there in the world. It's hard. You can keep your kids away from any type of physical person that you think is a bad influence, but in the house, what they see on TV, internet especially, can change their perspective without them even talking to you or you even seeing it come. My daughter go in there and watch YouTube videos for kids. Some of them I won't even let her look at. Some YouTube channels for kids I won't even look at because I feel as though a lot of them are like little kids acting like grown folks, whether it's from a comedic level or whatever, but that's very impressionable on an 8-year-old child, which is the age of my daughter. And a lot of times, stuff we see on TV, we get our own idea about how the world works, whether it's through the media or other things, and it's not a good thing. Kids are very impressionable. Another thing is you see a lot of older kids manipulating younger kids to go into crime or just ride with them to do stupid stuff. And these kids want validation because a lot of them not getting it at home. So they go out to the streets and to get respect or just feel as though they are accepted. And a lot of this comes from parenting. It does. It does. But my whole thing with this is, you can say you can hold parents accountable to an extent. Seriously. Because I had a son that, I had him in a good environment, good home. He still did some crazy stuff out there in the street. So much to the point where he told me, hey, you got too many rules. I don't care about what you're telling me. I want to do this. And I want to go back to Jersey. I don't want to stay out here no more. And I'll do whatever I got to do to get on your nerves to send you back home. Send me back home with my mom. And I sent him back home with his mom. And it didn't fare too well for him in life. And I gave him the best I could. So I don't have no regrets about that. And that's the thing about being the parent. Your children don't owe you nothing as they get older, except, showing that you didn't waste your time and rearing them and investing your money, your time, your love into them, and their reflection of the mistakes you didn't want them to make in life. That's all you can do. Not everybody's the perfect parent. But if you put your best into your kids, you should see it later on as a reward for doing the right thing and doing right by them. But nowadays, man, it's like kids don't even want good parenting. They don't want nothing. They just want what they want. And if you try to stop them, you can wind up being a victim just like anybody else in the street that they do stuff to. And it's not all kids, but it's just the way the world is. The temptation to go out and do something is stronger a lot of times than the love of a parent. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. It's a start. This new law they got out there, it's a start. But the influences are still there, and so is the temptation. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.